Hey everybody, I'm Christian Sinclair. I am one of the members of the Roundtable on Quality Care for People with Serious Illness, representing the American Academy of Hospice and Palliative Medicine. And today I have with me David Stevenson, who is a researcher at the Vanderbilt University School of Medicine. You're one of our speakers this morning, and I wanted to highlight, as you summed up your presentation, you talked about the 4 key financing challenges, and I was just wondering if you can give us a summary of those.
Sure. So I spoke today about financing for people with serious illness, and I ended with those 4 key challenges. They're by no means the only key challenges. The first one really reflects the prominent role of Medicare in financing the care for people with serious illness. It provides comprehensive services in terms of acute, post-acute services, and other outpatient services, but there are a lot of gaps, whether it's a lack of long-term care coverage, whether it's high out-of-pocket costs for individuals. It leaves people exposed to either high out-of-pocket costs or insufficient services to meet their needs. So that was the first key challenge that I mentioned. The second relates to hospice, which, as many people know, is the key government financing mechanism for end-of-life care. And I think it provides comprehensive care for people who are at the end of life, who have a limited prognosis and agree to forego life-extending therapies. But there are a lot of limitations to it as well. People with advanced illness can live for years with their conditions, and hospice might not be relevant to them during that time frame. And so hospice is great, but it can be limited in its scope and reach. The third key financing challenge that I mentioned has to do with alternative payment models. These alternative payment models, I think, have promise for palliative care and also other supportive services to play a broader role than they might in the current Medicare system.
Now, just real quick, what do you mean by alternative payment models? Because I think for a lot of people, they understand Medicare, but APMs, the shorthand for that, that's new for a lot of people.
Yeah, so I use that term broadly. Okay. I mean, accountable care organizations, bundled payment approaches. I might even include Medicare, Medicare Advantage and managed care programs. It basically just means moving from something like fee-for-service medicine toward payment models that have a broader sense of either risk incorporated into it and value incorporated into it.
Gotcha.
And the key point there is I think there are opportunities for hospice and palliative care to play a role to the extent that they're allowed to. Hospice is often carved out of those programs, and so to that extent, the reach will obviously be limited. And the last key financing challenge that I mentioned today has to do very much with the point that comes up in the context of those alternative payment models, is having a quality structure and accountability structure that can meet the needs of those programs. You can't have those types of programs and expect them to do well for people with serious illness without the quality metrics in place to ensure accountability.
Yeah. Well, very good. Well, thank you for coming and speaking with us today. We really appreciate it. You can check out more on the webinar, which is archived on the National Academies of Sciences, Engineering, and Medicine website. And we hope you keep following the work of the Roundtable, because we really want to improve the quality of care for people with serious illness. So thank you very much. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.